Greetings everyone, it's me again, Ashra from Bloodmoon Pictures, and welcome to the end of 2020. I want to do something for this year's end, for the end of the dreadful year 2020, and I thought about animations, I thought about many things, then I needed a break and I took the break. I actually kind of didn't. I worked I worked still on different projects because my mind is stupid and I have to do projects and work on stuff in order to, like, keep my sanity going because lockdown and I can't even visit friends or do anything of that sort. So, either way, this year has come to an end. Today's the last day of 2020, unless they surprise us with a new surprise 32nd of December. That would be a baloney move. Probably a lot of people are just like, forget 2020, come here 2021. And a lot of people are either thinking that 2021 will be our salvation, or that 2020 was just the first episode of the season that is the 2020s. And it just, like, you know, it just derails from there. Because of all the bad things that happened, we tend to forget the good things that happened, because the human mind just works that way, that we look at something bad happening and remember that, rather than looking at the positive aspects, because that is a way of our brain remembering to how to avoid danger, how to survive, and stuff like that. We're in a time where our mentality needs good stuff for sustenance to remain a positive viewpoint and to remain mental health. Despite, like, some things just looking up Google searches, some of the good things, which still has a few very, very good examples. Like, for example, even though we had, like, a big problem with the pandemic, obviously, it even had its good aspect, because of the pandemic. Let me just quote Red Online co.uk. During the first lockdown, air pollution fell by up to 50% in London, Birmingham, Bristol, Cardiff. Greenhouse gas emissions were slashed worldwide, and we got a taste of the air we might breathe in a low-carbon future. Like, that's amazing, and that's not only, like, that is just Britain. I had this, like, a similar experience here in Germany. Like, my grandma lives in a like, air, less polluted region where it's actually recommended for asthma people to go there on holidays to, like, clear out their lungs a little bit. And she luckily lives there, and I always noticed when I was visiting her and coming back, the air definitely had a worse quality here, especially if you look into bigger cities like Berlin. And this year it has become better. Like, I did notice that I was, like, that I could breathe a slightly cleaner air. Not 50, like, I didn't notice the 50%, but I did notice a difference. And then there's also other things. Let me just quote the same website just as before. We valued and supported small businesses way more this year because of the pandemic, because of what happened. Sure, sadly, it didn't help all of them, but we were made aware. We were made aware of that. We were made aware of many things that I don't want to quote because I don't know how YouTube will react to that. But for example, the whole Black Lives Matter movement got, like, so much recognition this year that it really just blew our minds that people in European countries, for example, we just were like, oh, what? That's still such an issue? Okay, guess we gotta deal with that definitely now. Like, that sounds probably weird when I say it that way, but, like, it just like opened up so many minds to what problems we still face in this day, even though it shouldn't be. And many people don't even believe we still face those problems. And sure, there's an argument to be made that some countries did develop a bit better than the country that had the biggest issue with it, like where all that started. But there have been a lot of issues in not only that case, but also for many different things, and we finally got aware of that. And also, one of the things that I pointed out all my life to all my family, who, like, when lockdown started and everything, they were like, oh god, so many people will lose their jobs, because they can't go to work. No, working flexibly became a reality. And, like, so many were forced to work from home that so many companies realized, oh, we can work and meet quotas to a degree, even though the people are working from home, even though we're not like forced to meet in a big office building. For work we can just as well do when we're sitting at home, for example, or like many other things like that. And the schools, especially in Germany, got aware of how good they can, like, how good things can be brought into the school system. Like, German school system is rubbish a little bit, in my opinion, but like with the whole online class thing and the whole like using the internet and technology to get knowledge and schooling to people who need it and like, it was a huge boost. And finally the politicians, not only of Germany but some, if not many other countries as well, finally realized the value that the internet can have for positive things. And that brings me to That brings me to selfish things, to be entirely honest. So, let me just focus up real quick. So, for my channel, for our channel, Bloodmoon Pictures, and for our Bloodmoon Pictures team, 2020 was definitely a burden. It was definitely a burden, but like for me mentally as well, because if you have watched the video I made 2019, which I think it was, where it's titled Being Honest, and that video really like it scratched the surface of how bad I was doing in the second half of 2018 and 2019 as a whole. Like, it wasn't good, and it took it like it didn't go better from that video on. I tried my best with that, but then 2020 started, and in the first 2 months everything seemed fine. Like, oh, just another virus that has been found, just like I have lived through a couple times, like the bird flu or the pig flu, and it did, like, most of them weren't even as big as the two I just mentioned. So I was just like, okay, let's try our best. But then it just smacked me across the face. The team behind the Bloodmoon Pictures team, the core team I have mentioned before, got a beating, to say the least. We got a beating and lost 35% of our members, and for stupid reasons. Which was my big problem, and I was in such a bad mind state because I thought, like, no, this can't be happening. I will not allow this to happen. I just released my first game. I won't allow BS reasons to ruin me. And I just came to the realization that those people were not beneficial to my life. In long and short of it, I won't go into details because I don't want to start drama or anything. Even though you don't know any of them, maybe a few of my viewers who know me personally know them, but like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They should live their lives, and as long as they don't come back into mine, everything's fine. And I just realized, like, okay, this is it. And then lockdown. Like, right after they left us, like, the big explosion happened. Like, it wasn't an actual explosion, don't worry. It was just, like, an emotional explosion. There was a lockdown. And I was like, oh, damn. Now I can't even visit my close friends to get comfort. I mean, I couldn't before because I was unable to travel because of mental reasons. And then 2020 even got the lockdown on top of that, so all of my friends were unable to visit me, my family as well, and it just derailed from there into a state where I was like, I don't like this. I don't like how this is developing, and I was actually scared that could be my last year. I don't want to say in what specific context, but I was actually afraid of that. So what happened is that I looked over the YouTube space and tried to like work on a project that sadly didn't got released this year because of how 2020 went. And I found out that Jacksepticeye was starting the Hope from Home event in the month that was in my birth, like in the month where my birthday was. And I was like, heck yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna grab this year by the balls, squeeze tight and say, not today, MF. And who doesn't know what MF stands for? You're too young, don't worry. Not like this. And I poured out my entire heart and soul into Bloodmoon Pictures' first participation at a bigger charity event. And I say bigger because we, like, occasionally still, like, donated small amounts in the name of Bloodmoon Pictures or our group, the Moonlight Beasts, or whatever, to bigger causes, but always in, like, a more private sense. This was the first official thing. And I was like, great. It's also kind of lucky we are missing the the two main voices that always said, oh, don't do these things because you will just receive hate on the internet. Like, really? Really? That's your reason for not doing something good? F off. Come on. And, like, yeah, we just grabbed it and made it. We did it. And I didn't expect to, like, my original expectation was maybe $35, counting friends and family who occasionally donate like a tiny bit or whatever. And I was made a fool for that assumption, because the end result was, counting my matching, $200 on our very first charity event for Hope from Home. Like, it wasn't our event, but we participated in the event, and it was like our like small sub-dimension of that event. And like, the results of the event in total, the entire Hope from Home event, was amazing. And it gave me vim, vigor, and energy to just really clobber in this year. And the results show for themselves. I made my first animations, my first like little things like Ovanelli Android shenanigans. I introduced Avocache again, or reintroduced Avocache again. We made a freaking whole October special month with a climax for Halloween with a like grand scale animation, at least for what the channel was so far in comparison. And then we also released the first proper episode of Diaries of an Alternian, which I'm super proud about, and we will go from there. There's still more coming. There was so much else going on that I wanted to take care of and wanted to do, and then another charity event happened and everything, so yeah. We finally got the continuation to Hive Act 2, which also put a damper on when I would continue, because I had the hopes that we would learn like some things that I could use and integrate into Darius Novel Alternian. Ends up, nope. But oh well. And like, we received an okay from Aisha to do Darius Novel Alternian and monetize it in case we ever get that far. We launched our merch, and that has been doing nicely, and like, whew. And like, sure, I just like, all of these things happen, and then like, Thankmas. Like, I don't know how else to say it, just Thankmas. Thank you for Thankmas. Because not only did Jacksepticeye again beat it out of the park with a great old chart event, and Bloodmoon Pictures participated with what we did, and we like almost doubled in our original amount collected, counting my matching, and that would just blew my mind. Thank you, Rosewolf, by the way, for being the MVP of that. And it was just like, not counting my matching, we more than tripled the amount we did we collected in April. I don't know how to say things. I don't know how to talk. So I just then looked back on this year and I saw Dan TDM upload a video where he like saw how his channel performed in the past year. And I decided I'm gonna do that myself as well. So this is the site he used. It's called tubebuddy.com and year in review. 2020 in review for Bloodmoon Pictures as a channel. And I didn't see him go full through it. I skipped like through a few parts so I can like do it myself and be surprised by things. Sound is on. I did hear music and I didn't know if he edited it in or not, but yeah. Let's just see how 2020 was for Bloodmoon Pictures as a channel. Oh, there's music. Okay. Let's go back to the January 1st. With oh, okay. That okay, the number 3 video is Jane Crocker Pesta Quest episode. Then the freaking I saw reaction to the trailer, release date trailer. The best performed video in 2020 is Eridan's and Feffrey's? Huh. What? What? Okay. I gained 80 subs. What a year. Let's face it, 2020 has been a tough year. Through it all, video has helped to bring us together and unite us as a community. We believe it's more important than ever to take a moment to celebrate you and everything you have been able to accomplish this year. We are so proud of the entire TubeBuddy community of creators. Let us all be the first to toast Bloodmoon Pictures in 2021. May it be your best year yet. Happy creating. Oh, thank you. That's so adorable from you guys. I know you do that for everyone, but this is still a... Look at the GIF. I uploaded 780 780 videos uploaded? I don't know how it count. That can't be true. No. Oh no, this is my total stats, I think. Interesting. That surprised me. 77 shares. 3,000 comments. 600. Wow. My channel? Really? 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 I guess it counts, like, the comments of streams. But, like, this one surprised me. Performance versus last year. 2019, I gained slightly below 50 subs. Fair enough, but 2020 I gained 80 subs, which is by 3/4% more. Views gained, I mean, I got less views than last year. That's fair, because PestaQuest and Friendsum was last year as well, I think. So, that's kind of fair, I guess. Videos uploaded. I uploaded less videos. That's really interesting. I did not expect the numbers to be the way they are, to be honest. I mean, I kind of expected at least 2 of the top 3 being Homestuck, but oh well, it's all of them. Doesn't surprise me, to be entirely fair. The Homestuck fan base is big on my channel. But 80 subs in this year. Wow. I got less viewers in total. I'm a little bit confused and surprised. I'm a little bit confused by that, but that it's like this little off. Because again, last year was really just like a big Homestuck year, so I thought it would be a bit higher, but apparently not. Maybe especially these, like the PestaQuest episodes, contributed to that, and the high swap. Who knows? Damn. Yeah, I'm gonna dwell on this a little bit. This is, I think this isn't my actual sub count. I'm not sure anyway. If it is, then I have a surprise waiting for me when after the break. But either way, yeah, that's Bloodmoon Pictures' performance in 2020. Let's just go upwards from there. That would be nice. Okay. Yeah. Some of these numbers really surprised me, and in general, I'm just happy about how the year went for Bloodmoon Pictures. But I'm also aware that I crunched myself. I tried to take care of my mental health by working, by distracting me off of how the year is going, and just trying my best to make the year better for me and everyone around me. Even though that meant that I crunched myself and I stressed myself a lot, up to a point where I actually had a breakdown about it. Not a big one, it wasn't like too bad, it was just like a, ugh, I need a break, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm proud of what we as the Bloodmoon Pictures team accomplished this year. Also, Fandomia joined the team. The Bloodmoon Pictures team is now an actual team again, and not just me with a few of my friends occasionally helping out, which is amazing. And yeah, I just want to like look back and again, like just get this in perspective. Together, like for only the charity events I directly witnessed and donated to myself directly. The Game Theory St. Jude's thing, they had a challenge to raise 1 million. They achieved 3 million in just one charity live stream. If that didn't break any records, I don't know what. But Hope From Home at the beginning of the year, the Hope From Home event raised a total of $1.9 million, 200 of which are from Bloodmoon Pictures, and then Thankmas collected over $4.7 million for charity. That is in total that is in total almost $10 million. Only these 3 events that raised money for charity in 2020. Only 3 events. The 3 events that are the most memorable in my brain right now. And there are definitely more. There were also a lot of events for Black Lives Matter, which I do not know the numbers of, that raised a high amount. And, like, so much was done by influencers all across YouTube, all across the internet, just coming together and changing this year, just grabbing it by the zeros and smashing them in the two's face, and make this year better than what all the negative things that were happening tried to make it to be. And sure, it's easy to overlook these things. It's easy to see those things and be like, okay, yeah, but the year's still been horrible. That's true. But we still have to just take into account the good things, the positive things, and especially the great things that still occurred this year, that still happened. Like the Game Awards, an indie game just freaking smashed all the other participants, and an indie game of only, let me lie, 4 developers, like, won award after award, which was Among Us. And the developers deserve it. Like, they are such an awesome small group of people, and they made such a enjoyable, replayable game that has been the main game of 2020. Forget Cyberpunk, forget the Marvel Avenger game especially, and all the other games. But Among Us has just been out there getting everything, and I couldn't play it because, I couldn't play it for a long time because what was it? I promised 5 different people to play my first game with them, and then we couldn't play together because it always only one of the 5 had time. So at the end I was just like, screw it. I just gonna tell people we're gonna have time here. We're gonna do it for charity, and then we did it for charity, and that was great. That was fun. Yeah, and also, like, the Kingdom Hearts DLC, was that this year? That was this year, wasn't it? The Kingdom Hearts DLC came out, and also the Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory came out, and I'm really thankful, because that one was one of the reasons why Roadwolf became the MVP of our charity streams, which was amazing. Phasmophobia came out, which is a fun experience, which I also played for the first time on stream, on the charity live stream. And, like, it's just mind-blowing how many, like, in the gaming industry, how many gems came out this year. And sure, one of the more anticipated ones did not really reach us, did not really reach the expectations, but therefore smaller ones we didn't expect it too much from shined. And Spider-Man Miles Morales came out, and the PlayStation 5 came out, and sure, everyone was under a damper of the entire 2020 year, but so many people worked so hard to make this year better, and who are we to not appreciate that? And that's all I'm gonna say for 2020. I don't want to dwell on like, all of the negative things. We all know the negative things that happened. We all know the things that made 2020 the year that we will remember it for, most likely. But I just want to draw attention to all those positive things. And if anything, I will grab that energy and go into 2021 trying my best to improve on that. To make 2021, at least for my personal space, the salvation so many people hope for. And maybe not salvation, maybe it will just be a cherry on top of some good things. Who knows? But we'll see how it goes. I don't want to shout out too big hopes. Yeah, but we'll just look into the next year, hope for the best, work for the best, and keep in mind, there's light in every darkness. No matter how big the darkness, no matter how blinding the darkness is, there's always, even if it's just small, a spectre of light to guide us, to show us the way that there's a better that there's a better thing to work towards, that there's always a better piece of whatever we're looking for that we can work towards, that we can salvage, that can make us strong to defeat the greatest darkness. And that is one of the reasons why I do YouTube, because maybe for one person in the 5 years I've done it, maybe just one moment of one video has been that light for that one person, and then it all has been worth it. And we raised money for charity, so that's a huge bucket of ice cream with a cherry on top. Yeah, things are coming, projects are being worked on. I don't want to spoil too much. I've already announced some of them, or mentioned some of them, or hinted at some of them. You'll see them. I know I wanted to release the charity map to the public, but there's some issues I have to work out in the map, and as well as the publication of it. And it will be there. If you are on the Discord, then you will be notified. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, this is it for the end of 2020. This is it for 2020 from Bloodmoon Pictures. I hope that we at least at one moment of this entire year were able to put a slight smile on your face, or at least give you a chuckle, or at least made your day just a little bit better, because you deserved that little bit of betterment, and we hope that we were able to participate in it. So there's that. And we will go into the next year with more vim, with more vigor, with heart in our hands, to make the year better than the last year was. I sincerely love all of you guys, and I thank all of you guys for every even slight tizzle of positivity. And we'll see each other in the next year. Cheerio!